Some call this the worst Bionicle set ever. Some say it's the ugliest, and some people hate it because it's designed to do one thing, and it can't even do that one thing. So let's take a look at this very controversial LEGO set and learn more about its mysterious history, shall we? This is set number 6946, Squid Launcher Function. Yes, that's the name of the set, Squid Launcher Function. Normally these types of promotional polybags, they're available as a freebie when you buy a certain magazine or comic book. But I did my research on this and, well, that's not the case here. In fact, I have no idea how you could actually obtain this. Obviously it was released back in 2007, but that's kind of all we know. I asked a bunch of people, I checked many sources, and nothing gives a straight answer. Some say that this was a regular release LEGO set that just would have been out in your everyday store. One of those checkout polybags, you know? Some say that it did indeed come with a magazine, and other sources say that yeah, it was released, but they don't give any real explanation as to how it was released. So it could very well be any of these methods, but I don't know, I haven't found any evidence to support that. So with that in mind, my safest guess for how you got this would be that it was indeed a standard release polybag, one of those checkout polybags that we were talking about before. But maybe it just had a very limited release, and maybe it was only released in certain parts of the world. I reckon it was probably one of those European exclusives. There are other sets in this style that were exclusive to Europe. But that's just a guess. Again, there's no concrete evidence that confirms this, but it seems the most logical. You know, it's quite rare that any Bionicle set that exists just doesn't have better documentation about where it comes from. You barely ever see that. Now, it is possible that this set was cancelled and was never released. In fact, a Brickpedia page does list this as one of the sets that was unreleased. However, on that same list, it says that 2007 Bad Guy was also an unreleased set, and that is simply not true. So I would say this information is not reliable. Another thing that proves that wrong is that there are people selling sealed copies of this set right now. Someone on Bricklink is asking about $35 for this polybag. And then someone on eBay is selling this for closer to $50. And this one actually has photos that they've taken, so it makes it seem more legit. Look, $30 to $50 is a little bit steep, but people want like $20 for a used copy of this set. No instructions, no polybag, just the pieces. And that's also kind of a lot of money. There's no exclusive pieces in this set at all. You can just part this out, probably using pieces in your collection. That's what I did. Most of these pieces are decently common. So, you know, I recommend just digging around and seeing what kind of pieces you can find instead of spending $20 to $50 on this. I don't know if that's worth it. There's definitely cheaper alternatives. Anyway, yeah, the history of this set is a bit of a mystery. As Biosector.com says, its release origins are unknown. Hey, do you remember picking this up? Do you remember seeing it on store shelves? If you do, please let me know. Let's fill in the blanks, let's uncover the mystery. Let's learn more about this obscure LEGO set. So that's the history, but the set itself, it does have that big reputation for being one of the worst sets. I mean, look at it. It's a squid launcher with legs. It's certainly not the most original or unique design. It can pose, to some degree. The head can move, the tail can also move, kind of codependently, and the feet have limited movement. But for the most part, the model is very static. Looking at it from a lower angle, you can see these red Borok eyes. He's actually kind of adorable. Now, yeah, the top section is just that big squid launcher. In fact, this set was made to show off the new 2007 Bionicle gimmick, the squid launcher. And actually, I think that's a cool idea. Make a new, cheap promotional item that can generate a bit of excitement about this new mechanism. I like the idea, but I don't like the execution. And I don't like squid launchers. These things are just hard to load, they're hard to fire, and all around they're just kind of difficult to handle. The idea is you're meant to wrap your finger around this kind of trigger. Then you get a good grip, you can load up the squid and fire it away. But the way this is designed, the eyes and the body, they cover up that trigger. So you really can't get a good grip on this. When you attempt to load it up and shoot it, it just moves around and you can barely get a hold of it. The rubber material of this piece makes it bend and flex far too much. To some degree, you just cannot use this. Okay, if you hold it in just the right way, you can shoot it and fire it. But you know, it's not all that effective or that fun to play with. It's cumbersome, it's difficult. So yeah man, look, it's not the greatest Bionicle set that's out there. It's a bit ugly, it's hard to move, and it barely works. This was made to show off the squid launcher, and it's probably the worst example of how to use one of these squid launchers. That's not the best. But one saving grace. This takes an otherwise useless piece, like the squid launcher, and uses it in a more adorable context. It allows you to create this cute little animal that can inhabit your Bionicle world, and I think that's fun. I appreciate that. Okay, so there's like one redeeming quality to this set, but what about those pieces? Are they a saving grace for this set? Let's find out. Alright, so starting things off, we have the squid launcher. I'm a big fan of how Subperfax Pus has used it here to turn it into a little turtle. Man, look at how the edges of this element perfectly transform into fins and flippers on a turtle. I almost wish that the official set looked more like this. This would be a great little polybag set. Fantastic. Up next, those trans-red Borok eyes. Bonkle Wonkle shows us a few different ways that you can use them. Whether that's 2 on the chest, a few on the weapon, or even using them as thumbs. Heck, they also make some nice armor details. This piece is helpful. Tons of different ways that you can use it. But next we have this nice Visorak claw. Legomon uses them to help shape these fingers on this Makuta. We even see a few more of them on the legs. I tell you what man, if you're looking to make a bad guy, this piece is a perfect match. It fits right in. And what about some of the other dark red elements, like these feet pieces? Well, Eclipse Caller has used the black version of these parts and just kind of spammed them all over the face. Then you've got that tongue in the middle, and suddenly this is a creepy, terrifying looking face, and a great use for those pieces. What about the rubber squid? How can that be used? DVMox adds a few of them into the chest of Lezovic. That's fun. I like the idea of this underwater character having a living aquarium inside his body, or at least it's some sort of funky storage to store his ammo. Quite clever. Also included are some of these angled connectors. LEGO Nerd Photos has one right here in the center of the chest. It's an excellent way to create a very thin body, but also one that has a nice angle to it. I really like this. And what about this old Technic piece? Well, no need to go too fancy. Just slap one on the center of the torso and it looks great. Sometimes the simple choice is the best choice. We also have some lift arms, and these are great. Diagonmox uses them to craft a more solid limb design, using them for some extra reinforcements. And the same can be said back here on the legs. If you need something strong, tall, and sturdy, you need these lift arms. And finally, all these different axles and pins. Well, Marco uses them for the internal workings of this creation. But given the more industrial look for this guy, the more kind of minimal, unarmored design, you can actually see a lot of those exposed axles. You can see the reds and a few other things poking out. It actually fits into the aesthetic, doesn't it? Maybe your next creation needs some very noticeable pops of red from some of these axles. Maybe having a few of them be exposed might fit the aesthetic perfectly. So there you go, that's all the pieces in this set. Hey, you know, maybe the part selection here does make up for the kind of lackluster design of this set. But what about a revamp? Well, the underscore double has done a great job of breathing new life into this idea. Now it's more of a giant squid with some cool posable tentacles. And instead of a squid launcher on the back, it's a giant crossbow. That's fantastic. Using these Chirox blade pieces to get that nice curvature on the bow, brilliant. It's also just nice to see this be a lot bigger. The concept of a living creature that's also a living weapon, that's freaking sick. So having this gigantic creature coming towards you, it's terrifying. Wonderful work. Now I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, take a look at the links below. There you can see more creations from the builders that I featured. Thanks for watching everyone, happy building, and bye for now. And actually, this character isn't even canon. There is no story or lore for this whatsoever.